I don't know how many people will speak to this now, Marsha, but on Marsha Shines, your first record, right? This was the biggest selling album by an Australian female artist in 1975. That is a
Yeah.
very cool fact. But that wasn't the first record that you'd put out. Do you remember the first time that you went into a recording studio?
No.
Do you want to pretend and lie?
Yes.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, the first time I ever went into a thing that was a recording studio was at like a place like Coney Island. And I
Like a
remember
booth, and you put in a coin, and you come out with a track.
I don't know what I sang, but I sang something. And I remember taking it home, treasuring it.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, look, recording is it's hard work. Oh, that was great. Can you just do that again?
What, my silence? That's how hard that's how hard it is.
In a recording studio, that's what they say. Oh, that was great. Can we just do that a
Oh
little?
yes, of course.
Oh man, it just goes on and on and on, and you're searching for a thing called perfection, and there is no such thing. It's as good as you can get it, or as perfect as you think it is. But even when I listen to my stuff now, it's like, ugh, I wish I hadn't sung that note.
Really?
I could have sung a better note. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's what keeps you real and honest, too.
Yeah, that's true.
I sit there and say, oh, girlfriend, you're all that in a bag of chips. I need to stop.
But do you think, too, that we as artists, that, you, when you're listening to your stuff, you're far more critical than anyone else would be, right?
Oh, I hope so.
Like you're going to be like, that choice there, that vowel, that should have been this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things that I've recorded, and a friend of mine really likes one of the songs, and they play it a bit, and I listen to it, and I think, oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's that's a nice song. I've gotten to sing a lot of really beautiful things. I love singing. It's a great thing.
Going back and listening to your first record, I was again blown away. I mean, I've talked about this a couple of times, but the way you used your voice, the command that you had over it, like it to me was so powerful, and yet so just very, like, it was never pushing people away with the size and the things you could do. It was, and Fire and Rain, interestingly enough, too, reminded me of this kind of.
Great song. The thing is, Brady, we're storytellers. So picture yourself around a crackling fire, with a group of friends or a group of strangers even.
And that's how you get into it. That's how you that kind of mindset.
I'm going to tell a story. Well, now, if I wrote the story, it's going to be very emotive, and I can sing it. But if someone's written a song, they've obviously gone through something. You know what I mean? And when you're learning it, you actually kind of try and get in their brain, but not too much, because the whole thing about doing a song that's been popular is you have to respect it as much as if it was written for you, or do you know what I mean? You don't move it around.
You have to keep some of the essence, because that's part of the song.
Well, the essence is what makes the song,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I always respect that, and James Taylor is one of those just once in a lifetime writers, I am still such a fan of his. He's got great rhythm, just rhythms in what he records, and good stories.
So when you're approaching, say, a live performance to kind of putting down a take on a vocal, do you think about it in different ways, or is it just? I mean, it's natural now, and these are silly kind of questions, but
the worst thing, Michael Jackson said, "Don't think."
Yeah.
Don't think. Because when you start thinking, you trip over yourself.